Are you serious? Zombie apocalypse? Seriously, I'm on my second cup of coffee. I'm taking a deep breath, but I want to help explain because I couldn't believe it. I opened my email this morning and I've had 7 different questions. Now I get over 500 emails a day, but for the first thing in the morning, to have 7 different people ask this question: Pastor, is there really a zombie apocalypse? Or what's going on? My answer is, are you serious? What? We shouldn't be shocked by some of the events that's unfolding because it isn't something that just started. Cannibalism, demonic activity to this point and this nature is not new. And I'm going to prove it to you in the Bible. But before we do, let's get you up to speed. Of course, we know what happened Saturday. One of the most horrific stories I've ever heard. Let me get some coffee. Whoa! Hang on a minute. But you guys, if you haven't heard by now, I'll just share it. 2 naked men were seen fighting Saturday afternoon on May 26th, fighting in the streets in Miami, Florida. And I mean, they were fighting, 2 naked men. Now, the one guy got the other one down and ate 80% of his face off. Chewing on his face. First of all, why are 2 naked men in the street in broad daylight on a 2 o'clock in the afternoon fighting in a busy highway in Miami? And second of all, what possessed the one man to get the other one down and eat his face? And then he was shot. When the police officer jumped out of the squad car and shot him, first of all, the reports are that when the police officer got out of the car and got up close and saw what was happening, that the man eating the face looked at the police officer, and the police officer jumped back with fear. Because he looked dark. He looked deep into the decrepit eyes of the demoniac. He's seen a demon, folks. He shot the man. The man didn't die. He just kept eating the face. He shot him again, and again. Finally killing the man. Now, we understand reports are now that the man whose face was eaten off unrecognizable was a homeless man. The question is why? What got these 2 men naked in the street? And what possessed the man to eat the face of another? Well, this isn't, folks, we don't have to go far. Go back to April. This is a report, NBC News, April 17th. Police are investigating why and after a naked man was shot with a stun gun died. Now, the story is about a man dying from being shot with a stun gun, but listen to what the man was doing. Police on Tuesday were investigating the death of a man they shot with a stun gun during a confrontation after he allegedly tried to bite another man while naked. Now get this. The incident began when officers from the West Miami Police Department responded to the 2300 block of Southwest 58th Avenue Thursday afternoon to a call of a completely naked man exhibiting bizarre behavior. Now, this is a different incident. This is the month before. Miami-Dade police spokesmen were telling us. The guy's name was Alvaro Zabelta. Now, that's the police officer. Zabelta said that the caller told the police that the man was trying to bite his neck and tear his clothes off. And he did. He bit him in the neck, he bit him in the face, and was trying to rip his clothes off. Again, it was another homeless man. When they arrived, they found George Segaldo. He was aggressively, violently, then turned his assault on the police. They shot him with a stun gun, not once, not twice, not 3 times, several times. And then they finally apprehended him and took him to jail. Now, he died. Now, it is being reported that he was severely beaten as well by the police officers, besides being shot with a stun gun several times and died. I don't know. That's a total different investigation, and will be settled in court. And we feel sorry for him and for his situation. He was only 21 years old. My question is, what caused him to go naked and start attacking another man, biting his face, biting his neck, and ripping his clothes? Again in Miami, a month before this other incident that I just explained to you that happened on the 26th of May, 2012. But that's not the only one. Let's roll the clock back and go to Texas and go to 2009. And then I'm going to take you to the Bible. Because in 2009, this was posted by the Inquisitor in Texas. It was posted on July 28, 2009 by the Inquisitor in what happens to be the worst probable case of postpartum psychosis ever. A Texas woman brutally murdered and dismembered and ate her newborn child. The woman's name is Ida Sanchez. She was diagnosed with schizophrenia and known to struggle severely with issues of psychosis. But the murder was obviously a huge shock to relatives and authorities. Sanchez said she heard voices and believes that Satan influenced her. Scott Bolch, the father of the baby, his name was Scotty, and he was also a schizophrenic, said that he's breaking up with Sanchez and called for her to be executed. Okay, and then you can read on. All right, so what's going on? Now, cannibalism's been heard about in places like, different tribal regions. But for anybody to start talking about this is not a zombie apocalypse. But this is a demonic spirit. Now, we know that Jeffrey Dahmer, again, roamed the gay bars of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and eventually brought home to his apartment 17 different young men, had homosexual sexual relationship with them, but took it another whole different level, folks, when he began to drill holes in their skulls, pour acid in their brains, and try to turn them into zombies so that he could continue to have sex with them before ultimately eating them and putting their heads in the freezer. Now, he did this to 17 different young men. Again, there's this nakedness involved, sexual perversion of some sort, cannibalistic, zombieism, or whatever you want to call it, but it is demonic. Now, Jesus met a man who lived in the tombs. And in St. Luke chapter 8, the Bible said, Jesus arrived in the country of Gadara and over against Galilee. And when he came forth to the land, there he met out of the city a certain man which had devils a long time, and he wore no clothes. Neither he abode in any house, but in the tombs. And when he saw Jesus, he cried out, fell down before him with a loud voice. What do I do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of the God of Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not. Well, the reason he lived among the tombs is the tombs were not like cemeteries today. You don't dig 6 feet down. He lived among the tombs because if you had a tomb and had a stone in front of it, inside the tomb deep would be maybe 50 bodies where they buried people inside the tomb. This man lived naked, roamed the tomb, would go in, and no doubt, I have no doubt, he ate the flesh of the dead, which is part of this demonic sexual perverted. It's a demon. Matter of fact, Jesus said, "What is your name?" Speaking to the demons in the man, and they said, "Legion," because we are many. Okay? And Jesus then commanded those demons to come out of that man. They went into swine on the side of a hill, 2,000 or 3,000. They ran down the steep hill and jumped into the Sea of Galilee and choked and died. Now, there's a whole lot to that story. But what I'm trying to share with you, there is demonic spirits loose in the land. Don't fear them, but get your life right with God. Are you saved? We are living in the last days. These are real live stories, and there's many more. Like a man who cut himself last night and threw his intestines at the police officer. That was in Hackensack, New Jersey. Send me a personal message. I want to be saved. I want to be saved. I want to be saved.